Hi all and welcome. Thank you for joining today's session on design outsourcing. In this session, we'll focus on one of the most essential skills in outsourced design work, AutoCAD basic drafting, especially for beginners. Whether you're working with an engineering team or a student, clear and accurate drafting is at the core of effective communication in architecture and engineering projects. Today, we're going to walk through how to draft a plan in AutoCAD, starting from a downloaded image. A common scenario when you're working with scan drawings, PDFs, or client sketches. Before we begin drafting, it's important to make sure that our AutoCAD file units are set correctly. If the units are not properly set, your entire drawing could end up at the wrong scale, which can lead to major errors, especially when working with architectural or engineering plans. So, first, we need to check and set the correct units in AutoCAD. Here's how. Type units in the command line and press Enter. In the Drawing Units dialog box, choose the appropriate unit type, for example, millimeters, meters, or inches, depending on your project requirements. Set insertion scale to match your chosen units. Click OK to apply the changes. Always confirm a unit settings before importing any images or starting your draft, especially when working with downloaded plans. This step ensures your scaling and measurements will be accurate throughout the drawing process. Now that we've set the units in AutoCAD, the next step is to verify that those units are working correctly. We'll do this by drafting a simple test line. Here's what to do. Type line or click on the line tool in the toolbar. Click to specify the starting point anywhere in the drawing. In the command line, type a known dimension. For example, type 100 if you're working in millimeters, or 10 if you're using meters or feet. Press Enter to finish the line, then check dimension. It has to be 100 millimeters. Importing the plan image into AutoCAD. Now that we've set up and confirmed our units, the next step is to bring the reference image, a floor plan downloaded from the internet, into our AutoCAD file. Here's how we'll do it. Find the image of the plan. It could be .jpg, .png, or similar format. Copy the image from your browser or folder, Ctrl+C. Go to AutoCAD and paste it directly into the drawing area using Ctrl+V. Click once to place the image on the canvas. You can use the scale and move commands to position and resize the image as needed. Now that the image is placed in AutoCAD, our next step is to begin aligning and preparing for tracing by using a vertical construction line over a known wall in the image. Here's how to do it. Type line in the command line and press Enter. AutoCAD will ask for the type of construction line. Type V for vertical and press Enter. Click on a point right on top of the vertical wall line in the image. A vertical infinite line, line, will be placed. This helps us align, measure, and scale accurately later. Now that we've placed a vertical line over a wall in the image, the next step is to scale the image and the line together so that the drawing matches real-world dimensions. Let's say, for example, that the wall you place the line over is 3 meters or 3,000 millimeters in real life. We'll use that as our reference for scaling. Steps to scale the image. First, select both the image and the line. You can do this by holding Shift and clicking both objects. Type Scale and press Enter. AutoCAD will ask for a base point. Click on the bottom point of this line or anywhere on the wall you used. Then, when asked for a scale factor, type R and press Enter to use the reference option. Now, click the start point of the known wall, same as your base point. Click the end point of the known wall, where this line should stop. Then type the real-world length of that wall, for example, 120, and press Enter. AutoCAD will now scale the image and line to match the actual wall dimension. Now you can start tracing the image. With the image properly scaled and aligned, we're now ready to begin tracing the plan in AutoCAD. We'll use simple and effective tools to recreate the drawing accurately. Wrench basic tools to use. Line tool. Use this to trace walls, columns, and structural edges. Just type line, press Enter, and click to start drawing directly over the image. Rectangle tool. Ideal for drawing rooms, doors, windows, or furniture outlines. Type rectangle, press Enter, then click 2 diagonal corners to define the shape. Use the line tool to trace over the walls. Just type line, press enter, and follow the edges in the image. For rooms or openings, you can also use the rectangle tool. Type rectangle, click the two opposite corners, and you're done. Make sure to turn on OSNAP for accuracy, and place each element on the right layer if needed. Keep tracing all the major parts, walls, doors, windows, and keep it neat. Let's move on. Hope you don't mind. I'm speeding up the video. After completing the tracing process, it's time to check your work. To do this, simply move the image away from the trace lines to see how accurate and clean your line work is. Here's how. Select the image only, click on it, or use selection window. Type move and press enter. Click a base point, then move the image to the side. You'll now see just your line work without the background image. This is a great way to check for any missing or misaligned lines, spot any gaps or overlapping corners. Make sure everything is neat and accurate. Fixing gaps and overlapping corners in AutoCAD, walls, and windows. Once you've moved the image and are reviewing your tracing, check carefully for any gaps between wall lines, walls that don't meet exactly at corners, overlapping lines at window or door openings. Hammer and wrench how to fix them. 1. Use extend and trim to connect two lines that should meet at a corner. Type extend, press enter. Select the boundary line, then click the line you want to extend, or use trim to cut extra parts. 2. Use fillet, radius equals 0. Perfect for cleaning up corners. Type fillet, press enter. Type R, press enter, set radius to 0. Click on the two lines. They'll join neatly at a corner. 3. Use join or petit for polylines. If you want to join multiple lines like around a window or wall segment, type join, press enter, and select the lines. Or type petit, choose a polyline, then select join to add other segments. 4. Use OSNAP for precision. Make sure endpoint, midpoint, and intersection snaps are on. This ensures lines snap exactly to each other when drawing or editing. Type stretch and press enter. Use a crossing window, drag from right to left, to select only the endpoints or vertices you want to move. Final tip, zoom in close to corners, especially around windows and doors, to check for small misalignments. They can cause issues later with hatching, dimensions, or 3D modeling. Now, let's trace and place the stair steps from the plan image. If your image already shows the stair layout clearly, you don't need to redraw every step manually. You can copy one step and duplicate it using the copy or array command. Zoom in on the stair area in the image. Use the rectangle or line tool to trace one stair tread step directly over the image. Example: A single step might be 250 millimeters deep and 150 millimeters high, standard residential size. After drawing one step, use the copy command. Type copy, press enter. Select the first step. Specify the base point, then the displacement distance, usually the depth of one step. Repeat as needed.